Hello all you hardcore boxing fans out there, how you doing? It's Big Porky here. And I've just played my mate, Foggy. I just played my mate Foggy and he's got beat. Trying to snooker me. And it's pool. So, I hope you've all had a good weekend watching boxing. I didn't really, I watched bits and bobs, people were sending me stuff. F, 2 seconds, let me just send this. I didn't think the show at Manchester were very good at all. I'm not going to dress it up, I'm just going to speak. Well, I can't say professional because I'm not a professional, am I, at this? I'm just a YouTuber, aren't I? But Foggy, you know, next time you play pool, right, don't try and get 2 shots when there's still 15 balls on the table. You've got to go for them, mate, because you can get bogged down in that sort of game and then you're going to lose, aren't you, like you just have, mate. Alright, so alright, you take care, I'll see you again. This is how I look at it, right? Hughie is saying he wants to fight Povetkin. No wrong with that. No wrong with calling Povetkin out. Nothing wrong with that at all. He just fought Pulev. If he'd have beat Pulev, he'd have got the Joshua mandatory, wouldn't he? So if you beat Pulev, you get Joshua, you get millions. He didn't beat Pulev. He got cut earlier on, and he didn't look comfortable like going up front foot chasing a fight. Hughie's a counter puncher, isn't he? Right. The defensive specialists, aren't they? Him and Tyson. They're never going to chase fights. No. That's how I look at it. No. Go on then, love. But as far as I'm concerned, that fight last night against Chris Norrad, it was bad, but it's not Hughie's fault. Savannah's opponent was shocking as well. That's not Savannah's fault if she's fighting somebody with 70 fights and 11 wins. So have a look at Foggy's car. Jammy sod. Plate worth more than car. Oh, look at that. I get an E-Class silver one. Foggy has to go and get a brand new one, look. Don't you, Foggy lad? Hey? Nice though. Better than that one I had. No shape. I like E-Classes. Good luck to him. Can't play pool though. And you've not got a YouTube channel, Foggy, either. But yeah, look, it is what it is, isn't it? Hughie got to win. It will by knockout. 24 fights now. You know, 22 wins, 12 knockouts. So, see if I have some petrol there. My overall take on the show, very poor. I'll choose my words carefully, but if you speak the truth, what can you do? Hughie's hard to match. That's in Peter and Mick's defence. Savannah's hard to match. That's in Savannah's defence. But they know that anyway. So you've got plenty of time to match them. When I got off an aeroplane, I had a chat with Peter about Hughie, and my opinion, I always like to give it, is start again. So maybe they're starting again with Hughie. Maybe they're starting again. And maybe that's good. If they're starting again, that's brilliant. But you can't call Povetkin out and say you want to fight Wilder when you've just fought Chris Norrad. But Channel 5 are to blame for that, in my opinion, because they have a quality control. Whoever's passed that has just looked at his record and said, ooh, 17-0? It's box rec matching, isn't it? He's ranked 371 on box rec. This morning he's gone up to 369 and he's lost. So there must have been some others who've had worse performances or people who've gone backwards, but he's got beat and he's moved up rankings on box rec. I don't get that. So maybe I need to sack off box rec. That's like a guide, isn't it? It ain't what it's cracked up to be. I don't know, but I don't know where Hughie goes from here now. I mean, that Channel 5 deal doesn't look to be in concrete, so maybe they're going to try and piggyback onto Sky, get Hughie on with Dave Allen, David Price winner, get Savannah on undercard. They're going to have to do something, aren't they? Because that was... you can't dress that up. You can't dress that up. How can you dress that up? You know, I'm seeing people going on social media and going on about the win and all that. The guy who interviews Peter a lot, the British Boxing, is it they're on Twitter, is it called British Boxing? They've got about 17,900 followers. Is it AD or something? Whatever it's called. Why aren't they giving an opinion? I'm a close pal of Peter's, but I'm going to give an opinion on it. It were very disappointing. The show were disappointing, and Peter will know that. But like I said, Hughie's hard to match. He's very hard to match. But God, it's just one of them things, isn't it? It's just one of them things. It was shocking. Shocking. 70 fights, 11 wins Savannah's, and that guy Hughie fought. Hughie's ranked 19 in the world, and that guy's ranked 369 this morning. Moved up 2 places. You can't fight people like that and say you'll fight Wilder, you'll take the fight. What has he learnt from that? So basically Hughie's not had a fight since Pulev, has he? Because that can't be classed as a fight, because Peter wouldn't employ him as a sparring partner. Peter would be able to give better sparring to Hughie than that guy last night. Peter and John Fury would have knocked that guy out last night, so would Peter. Yeah, I know Hughie's got to get out and that and get a win, but that fight is an undercard fight. You can't have TV dates like that headlining, I'm sorry. This is what I'm not going to say who, but I did have some feedback with a guy who I respect in boxing industry last night, and look, boxing's only sport that we can have opinions and we can fall out with people. You can fall out with family in boxing if your family are involved in it. It's easy to fall out with them, and look at me and Den, we've had 4 fallouts and 3 of them are boxing related. No, 4. No, 3. 3 were boxing related. Screaming match, well, screaming on my part, and it's easily done. And that, I can't come on here and defend that. Can't. Otherwise, what a bit point in having a channel. So Peter, if you're watching, that didn't impress me, that show last night, and you and Mick are better than that. Loads better than that. Go down this way, I think. Loads better than that. But loads better than that. Loads. But what can you do? The good positive things about it, Savannah came down £5 from 168 to 163 and looked good, and Hughie looked in great shape, didn't he? Hughie looked in great shape. He looked in best shape I've ever seen him. He did, honestly. Speaking of strength and conditioners, my mate Bunny, who from Sheffield, who used to be Hughie's strength and conditioner for Pulev fight, he's looking for work. John Barron, the American who Hughie's strength and conditioning guy, when he fought Sexton, he could do some work in America. How are you doing, John? I hope you're doing some work with Buddy McGirt or Kovalev's team, I'm not sure, last time I spoke to you. give me a ring, we'll have a chat, John. I hope you're alright, mate, over there in New York, is it, or New Jersey, or wherever it is. You eat hot dogs, don't you, you lot? So I hope you hot dog munchers are okay over there. But that fight last night, don't left a bad taste in my mouth, but Hughie's better than that. They're saying they want to fight Dave Allen. Dave has done hundreds of rounds with Hughie. I don't think Dave Allen will take that fight unless unless he runs out of chances with Eddie Hearn, or if he messes up with Eddie. Dave will not take that fight with Hughie at all, because he knows that Hughie's too much for him. He's got an awful style for him, and Hughie would just pepper Dave. Dave knows that. So another E-class merc there. I like them. Them E-class mercs, I'll not end up with a new one of them. I'm not lucky enough. Unless I go for a bit of chucky egg, but that's not me. But I won't mind one. I'll probably get one when they're about 4 year old or something. But I like them, but people say they're old man's cars, so stick with cool. But I'm not an old man like you, Foggy. I'm saying that, I'm 50 next year. Is that old? I don't know, but who does Hughie fight next? How would you match Hughie? Who's going to want to risk a fight with Hughie? He don't get hit, does he? Hard to hit. He's not peaked yet, has he? 24, he's a baby. I want to see Hughie have 10 fights from the pool left fight. So he's had one now. Let's see him have 9 fights in the next 2 years. Keep him busy and keep him under the radar. I don't want to see Hughie headlining against guys like that. If he's going to headline, it's got to be a title fight or an eliminator against somebody good. Now, they didn't take the Joe Joyce fight. I can understand that. I can understand that. They didn't take that fight. But if he'd have beat Joe Joyce, that fight would have got Hughie in the mix. What is Joyce? Number 7 on BoxRec. Hughie's 19. You fight Joe Joyce, you get that as a... You'd be next in line after Usyk for mandatory. You could sit on your mandatory spot. Joe Joyce is going to try and sit on that spot. There's all sorts of things going on in the background at the moment. I don't know if I've mentioned it, but Eddie Hearn, this is massive news in amongst the circle. Eddie Hearn's not getting an exclusive deal with Sky, although they're not going to burn the bridges with him. They're going to give him... They're going to offer him dates, but he's not going to get all 20 to himself. The pride in them will let them walk, but Sky won't burn the bridges because they've got snooker, pool, table tennis, and God knows what going on with them. Fishing. I mean, Barry Hearn would have a tournament for Tiddlywinks, wouldn't he, if he could promote it? But that last night left a bad taste in my mouth. Can't defend that. When you've got Richie Woodall coming out with things like tough, durable. When you hear things like tough, rough, tough, rugged and durable and things like that, and you've got to fight better opposition, it's their politically correct way of saying that the opponents are dog shit. Now them opponents are dog shit. Savannah Marshall's world class, and they're saying Hughie's world class now. Parker had a world title. A lot of people said Hughie won. So Hughie's world class, isn't it? I don't class the pool left loss as a loss because he got cut and game plan went out at window. So I'll just look at it, and the Parker one, I had Hughie winning. So you can't really say Hughie's been beat. So he's an hard fight to beat, hard guy to go up against, Hughie. Forget the fact that he ain't got muscles on top of muscles and he's had a bit of a skin condition. Look at his skill set. He's got a skill set. He's not as good as Tyson yet. 6 years younger than Tyson, so 6 years a long time, innit? 6 years and 1 month younger than Tyson. So where were Tyson 6 years and 1 month ago? He'd not even had Chisora rematch. See where I'm coming from? Tyson had not had the Chisora rematch when he were Hughie's age now. So if Hughie's starting again, brilliant. But I don't want to see it on headlines. That's the best I can talk about that last night. Savannah, I'd like to see her have a few more fights, probably 5 or 6 more fights before she goes in against Clarissa Shields. I'd like to think that that fight can be when Savannah's 30-year-old. That's what I want to see for that. Anything before? No. No good. I want to see her fight up to she's 30, then get closer to Shields, get some money in bank. That's what I'd like to see for Savannah. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, I'm just going to finish on this. That show last night was what it was, wasn't it? There were hardly anybody there. Opponents were poor. World-class setup, but you know, terrestrial TV. Chris Norrad against Hughie, headlining. That's not good. Not good. Not good at all. But he looks a prospect, doesn't he? Young Michael Hennessy Jr. He looks a prospect. So, and people will step the game up against him. They'll step the game up. But it was what it were, wasn't it? People at the TV people, right? What happens is when you're a TV guy, people will ring you up with fights. For example, if I liaise with our fighters, trainers and managers and we get a list up of fighters who we think are good, say for example Tommy Frank, Josh Whale, yeah? And another new signing we've got next week that I'm not going to reveal yet. Keep watching channel, keep watching Steffi, you'll see our new signing next week. But what happens is the lists go to him and then it goes to the TV bigwigs. Michael O'Rourke, he's the owner of Free Sports. There'll be a guy to liaise between him and Dennis, and they'll either say yes or no, yay or nay. What happens when you're a promoter? You put certain fights towards the TV people, and what happens is this: you'll have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, and you'll try and get away with it every time. Your plan A will be a crap fight, and if you can get away with it, prolonging it, aren't you? Because the secret is to get mileage out of the TV days. So if you're ringing up and you've got a terrible fight but the guy's undefeated, you might have caught them off guard. They might just think, God, 17-0, and promoters saying, got a guy here for example Hughie, he's 17-0, he's a good kid, he's from Canada, and I think it's a good comeback fight for Hughie. If they're going to say yeah, we aren't doing their own work, the quality control is poor. But if you knock that fight back, you then go to a plan B, which will be an average fighter. If that's knocked back, you go to your plan C, which is a 50-50 fight. And that's how it works. You're going to try, if you can get away with it, you can get away with it. It's not Mick Hennessy, Peter Fury's, Hughie's, Fury or Savannah Marshall's fault that they fought them opponents last night. The blame lays with Channel 5, but how can they have a go at the McGuigans when they've got that? How can they have a go at the McGuigans when they've put that on last night? Now I do know that Hughie is hard to match, very hard to match. I also know that Savannah's hard to match, and also there's hardly anybody in Savannah's division, isn't there? I mean, you got no to choose from. So maybe they had to get her out. Who knows? Maybe she's got to have so many fights before in a year on a contract. I don't know, but that's 28. That's bad, that. 128? 128 petrol. And it's 132 at Morrison's. Yeah, 128 in Edlington. We'll have some of that, won't we? Some of that 128. Can't beat a bargain. Can't beat a bit of bully. Can't beat a bit of bully, can you, bully? Keep on. You keep on. You keep on, son. You keep on. Which side my petrol tank's on? On this side, isn't it? So let's set this. Reset meter, yes. So, but yeah, you can't. I can't defend that show last night. I can't defend that show at all. It's one of them things, isn't it? It's just one of them things. Let's put that over there. I don't want to be pointing that over here. So, but no, can't defend that. Can't defend it.
Wonderful, but when he steps up to the mic of interest.
Here we are, some music for you.
Mister. Now here's someone who this week reached the end of a very big challenge for charity. Ian from Lincoln has
that's one little job.
Not only walking from Land's End.
That saves me doing that now. Tomorrow. I've got a busy week on this week. Plus my kids and a couple of my pals want me to do a video. I'm not going to say what it's about, but sometimes you just got to do some things different and mix it up a bit. Cause I'm enjoying channel now. Oops, I'm enjoying it. Let's have a look what we've got here now. Eddie Hearn banging on about Wilder. I think we've mentioned that, haven't we? It's going to come to the stage where Pulev and Usyk are going to be mandatories for Joshua. That's why Eddie's calling Wilder out. They don't want that Wilder fight till it's massive and off the charts now. Every now and then you'll get Eddie Hearn saying, why wait? The opportunity could go. Grab it with both hands, there to be great. Well, why don't you do that? Go on about what you preach, Eddie. You're going on about slagging Billy Joe Saunders off for this and that. Well, what are you doing? You're just playing game, Eddie, like the rest of them, aren't you? We've mentioned the Sky deal. I've mentioned it about my pal Bunny, who's training fighters, a strength and condition guy from Sheffield. Let's have a look. I'm going to do this video next. The wasted, bad choices, wasted talent, or just plain unlucky video. I'm going to do that next. And then I've got two corkers, what I'm going to boxing ones. So, but yes, it's let's have a look how much fuel I've got in tank now. Distance 619 it says I've got in tank there. But yeah, I'm only going up to 504 mile. But yes, I've got 619 left. I wonder why that is. I don't know. It is what it is, isn't it? But go this way. But yeah, it's certainly shocked me, that show last night. But I wish them all well. I don't wish bad on anybody. I want everybody to do well in boxing, in the street coppers there. Coppers all over the place. You never see a copper when normally around here. It's all CCTV, innit? I need to get my car washed, but getting my wheels done this week. I'm going to have them done in, I don't know whether to go for matte black or gloss black. I've got a touch-up thing for gloss black, so I might go for gloss. Another E-Class there. You see, E-Class Mercs, they're not for old men. I shouldn't get paranoid. I'm not old, am I? You see an old fart pulling one with pulling a caravan with an E-Class Merc. Something like that could put you off buying one if you're not 70. You know what I mean? So I look at it. Are they in garage? He ain't got it yet, but we're a little mooching. We're going to mooch about today, aren't we? We're mooching around sunny Edlow. Tree's not bad for Edlow. My pal. Shout out to Raymond, thank you for them things that you sent for my kids. You're a gentleman, much appreciated. Shout out to Terry Fox. Giveaway. Is it racing? Yeah. Alright. Cadwell. Alright, stretch. Alright, mate. Look at them fixing the cars on quiet on a Sunday. Cadwell. Not into that, me. Not into racing. But anybody who's watching the channel, shout out to Jimmy Rose. No, he can ride a bike, him and his dad Sean Rose. Shout out to them. If you go onto YouTube, watch Jim on his bike. He's a top rider. His dad one as well. Good luck to them with that bike racing. But I look at it like this: if you come off a bike 100 mile an hour, you're in soup, aren't you? It's a pan of soup, innit? Crow's nest flan, innit? Or beetroot soup. If you come off, you've had it, haven't you? It'd be like my mate who were in a beefer when I were years ago. He'd come off his bike, moped thing, a pair of shorts and a pair of Reebok Classics. His back looked like gammon. Do you know what I mean? You won't get porky on out like that. I had a 125 though years ago, an enduro thing, when I lived in Bawtry. But not for me. I'm hopeless on a bike. Hopeless. I'm hopeless on a push bike. But spend half my life at traffic lights. Shout out to Josh Whale and Mick. Looking forward to going sparring with us this week, wherever we're going. It's all in hand. Looking forward to it. Love getting involved. Doing a bit of training myself. I'm enjoying it at the moment. I'm enjoying it. So woo! Trying to race me in that little pea shooter. How dare you? You know who I am. But yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is, but As regards the next video, I'm just going to turn this off in a second and I'm going to start. Right, I'm just going to turn this video off in next 1 minute. This it's actually gone off. I didn't time it right, but the next video I'm going to do, you're going to enjoy, because it's proper boxing talk. It's something a bit different, but we've covered that last night, and I don't want to go over it and hammer it. I sound like a broken record. It was a poor show from Mick Hennessy. The main two opponents, what we're all interested in, were shockers, but they got knockouts and they moved on. But you got 5 minutes of action from Savannah and Hughie, just under 5 minutes of action, and that to me, that ain't good. That to me is not good at all. Not for quality at fighters, so that's how it goes, innit? So it's just one of them things, innit? It's just boxing, innit? But they are hard to match. But how can they get dates? How can you get dates putting shows on like that? I don't know. So peace out, keep on trucking, keep supporting boxing. It's a great sport. Shout out to all them trolls and haters. You keep watching.